Hey there. So I just thought I'd pop on and tell you a little bit more about IEMT. So some of you might have seen the video testimonials that I posted in my stories, or I've put them on YouTube and Facebook. Instagram doesn't seem to want me to post them, so you can see little snippets, but I'll pop the link up in my stories today so that you can have a look at them. The two video testimonials came from two women that visited me because they had been through significant life experiences. But that isn't always the case. Not everybody comes to me with, really big traumatic experiences, although they do. They generally come to me because they don't really know why they're feeling the way they're feeling, why their life feels stuck. Relationships might be going tits up. There might be all sorts of things going on, jobs just not satisfying. Life just feels like shit and they don't really know why. And that's really how I work. I kind of look at that knotted ball of wool and help you to pick that out over a period of time. So they're 2, 4, and 8 session coaching, really. That's what it is. I'm starting to see that it really is coaching, although I've avoided saying the word for so long. And they really dig deep. So the way I use IEMT are normally in the first 2 to 3 sessions and then maybe sporadically throughout. And initially they work on clearing what's there. They just clear those highly emotional states. They clear out the stories, the blame, all of the resentment that we've been feeling about life. And then obviously I work alongside some of the root cause practices. So really looking into the body, finding out what's going on internally so that we can start to clear it. And they're normally like 4 sessions in, and then we start to see the light. Then we start to see a little bit of dipping like that, but they're really, really helpful. I suppose in a way they're transformational. They start to clear the path so that you can, find tools to fish yourself. Really, that's the way it goes. So IMT came into my life because I had been through big bouts of chronic stress and my body was just worn out. My nervous system was that, and it just, I'd had enough. And so I had about 3 sessions to begin with, and my life really started to change from that point. The awarenesses that came in for me were incredible. And since that time, obviously, it's not all been plain sailing, but I've been able to find the tools I need and the people I need to support me on my own journey of healing, because we're all on one. So IMT, it digs in. So often we get stuck in cycles, we get stuck in loops. And there's something within us, a little subconscious belief or an emotional imprint where it's just keeping us cycled up the whole time. And what we need to do is kind of clear that so that we can start to make those choices, not be fearful of them. And it really does get into the body. So I'm just beginning to write a aftercare sheet, because a lot of people come to me, they're exhausted afterwards because we're working on some big stuff. And that doesn't mean that you have to tell me what that big stuff is. So what I have found mostly is that a lot of people come to me with these memories, and they can feel quite shaming. They can feel quite difficult to speak about. And that's what IEMT is so great with, because it's content free. So as long as you have the memory and you know what it is and you can give it a name, that's all I need for us to start to clear it. So afterwards, lots of people feel like they're completely exhausted. All they want to do is sleep. Someone left here and slept for about 5 hours on the sofa. People start to eat a little bit better, their rest is a little bit better, and they can really start to access those places that the body's really needed. And it was the same for me too. My life was exhausting. I could live in spirals of catastrophizing and anxiety. And once I'd started to clear some of those beliefs, those emotional imprints, those patterns, then I could start to work a little bit better. So when we're in these emotional, we're highly emotional, these triggers, these flashbacks, these things that happen, it really helps us to get in there and access that. Now, we're not clearing memories. It's not like I'm getting rid of them completely, but we are reducing the emotional impact, the emotional attachment to them. So what happens is it can come, but we don't feel the same way. We can still feel it, but what people generally find is that they get, say they're firstly right in it, they can really feel the situation, and then as we go down through the eye movements, what they find is that it becomes a picture that's blurred out, so it's like it's further back on the timeline, and we don't feel attached to it anymore. And that's the same with a lot of things. And normally what people say is, wow, that was weird. And it takes some time. So when you come for IEMT, I always do like a little setup session where we go through something that's less impactful, because it's about building trust. So really, that's just like a really short intro, but the impact it has on people's lives is incredible. I know my teacher works with an awful lot of post-war syndrome, PTSD. He's worked with people, all sorts of people. And there's some really great videos on his YouTube channel that really show what effect it can have. So if you are interested and you want to know a little bit more, you might want to do a little demo. I've got a free session coming up next week that's really about showing you what it is, what it can do, and maybe we'll do some demo sessions online, or just drop me an email or a DM and we can have a chat about how it might help you. I know change is difficult, but this can really help you start your journey. And I'm going to pop up Kirsty and Emma's stories up in my stories, but also I'm going to put them on my Linktree as well so people can access them. If you want to come work with me, just drop me a message. Okay, take care, enjoy the sunshine. Lots of love.